Alrighty, everyone. Welcome back to No Dumb Idea, a podcast where no dumb ideas exist. You know, it's we got variety game shows for you. We got what ifs. We got silly games.
Woo!
Woo!
Gambits and Whoozits.
Yeah.
Gambits and Whoozits and Hambits and Goozits. I'm Gibble Dang, one of your hosts here. And who am I joined by?
Me, Gym Leader Nate.
And I'm also Gym Leader. No, I'm just kidding. I'm Dala.
And I'm also
I knew
Dala.
I put that clone somewhere.
But we are here, we're celebrating Women's International Women's Month. We're going to get into that a little bit later. We're going to see what that means to us, how that affects us, how women shape our daily lives. But, speaking of our daily lives, why don't we go ahead and get into that? How is everyone's weeks going?
Pretty good. I'll probably jump in. Happened to just do some traveling recently. Got to go back to Chicago, great city that I love. And
maybe that's why I feel like it's been a while since we recorded, just because
I was like gone.
Because you were out of town, my perception of time, I'm just like, oh my god, where's Gym Leader Nate?
Yeah, he time traveled essentially.
Been absent.
But forward.
Yeah, it was interesting. It was a really good trip. We did a lot of sightseeing. Millennium Park, Grant Park, Lincoln Park Zoo.
Nice.
Saw the Willis Tower. Didn't go up, but wanted to go see it. We just didn't want to spend the money and the time to do it because we were doing a lot of fast traveling to hit a lot of different places, as many as we could in one day. But yeah, it was pretty fun. It was tiring. Very, very tired today. I've just been recuperating all day. Flew back yesterday, so
yeah, that's what I was gonna ask.
just been hibernating and recovering.
How long's the flight?
About 4 hours.
Straight there?
That's not too bad.
Yeah,
That's
not terrible. Bad. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
it was straight there both ways, no layovers.
I'm starting to realize that 4 or 5 hours, I think that's the max I could do on a flight before I go crazy. Before I'm just like, yo, get me off this fucking thing.
plane.
Every bump is, I'm gonna die. No.
Yep, 5 for me is my maximum. Mainly for me, it's my pain tolerance with my stiff knees and bad back.
Yeah.
So because I don't fit into most plane seats. I don't get to have a headrest because I can't slump down enough because my knees would hit the seat in front of me.
Just so listeners know, Gym Leader Nate is 6'7" tall.
I'm 7'9". Yeah,
And 4 people wide, but shoulder wide.
Yeah, so I have to rent a whole row.
Yeah.
I have to buy a whole row of tickets. So
and his ass actually his ass doesn't sit in the middle seat. It sits in the
2 seats.
The middle. Yeah, it's 2 seats. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
What else?
Honestly.
What else?
Honestly,
and his head hits the top part.
Well, they opened the room.
His hands on the floor.
I pay rent for 2 people, just one for my
Pays
top
rent
half
for 2
and one
people.
for my bottom half.
And he eats 2 lunches. What else? And he's got 4 feet.
But yeah, I don't get a headrest, so it is sometimes kind of rough when it's past 4 hours. Because,
I could. Oh man.
My neck gets very stiff and uncomfortable because I can't really sleep. Well, sometimes I can sleep if I'm lucky and I just get a really okay position with my head back, but it's hard.
Yeah,
but this time it was actually a lot easier because I traveled with my partner, and so especially the flight back, we had the window seat and then the middle seat. So she went on the window, so she leaned against the window, and so I just leaned against her, and so we both had something to lean against to go to sleep, and so that worked out better.
I was gonna say, they really don't build planes for you to sleep on, at all. They're fuck that.
No.
Just pack as many people as you can.
I was thinking, like, why don't they just
Yeah.
build planes now to just have bunk beds instead
Yeah,
of
sky
seats?
apartments.
Honestly.
The sky apartments
let-
that fly.
Sinks
Like,
and
yeah, like
washer dryer
the
unit.
Tokyo hotels that are like little cubbies.
Mhm.
You know
Yeah.
those?
Yeah. Just build those.
Well, first of all, I think hey, in lieu of today's topic, I'll say this. I'll bring it up later. Where would we be without our partners and without women?
Mm-hmm.
Still making sure we're comfortable when we're traveling across flights.
Literally supporting me.
Literally supporting you because
She held
you're
you
6'12".
Yeah.
Um,
Like you were on her lap, like just rocking you. Like
so who's talking about their days? Did anyone
was-
get
I
into
think
their?
No, I talked about Chicago, and honestly, that's my whole week. So I think it's Dallas' turn.
Yeah.
Oh,
You
sure,
see
sure. I wasn't
anything?
sure. That was-
Anything
yeah, I
cool
was
in
say.
Chicago? Do you want to bring up the cool pic you sent us about the chocolate?
Oh, that is true. I did go
If
to
you
I
feel
went to
comfy.
a wedding that was heavily fantasy and Dungeons and Dragons themed, and at every place there was a personal gift for everybody, and the gift was a full set of Dungeons and Dragons dice made out of chocolate. And I checked, it
Beautiful.
was the full set too.
Nice.
It was
And they had numbers and all, like on all sides.
What with carved numbers.
Oh, that's
yeah.
awesome. Was there
You
since
could literally roll them. 'cause
that's
they
so,
were
so cool.
solid enough and shaped well enough.
Yeah. Was there, since it's a fantasy
Awesome.
wedding, was there like you may now roll to kiss your bride, and it's like, fuck, a 3.
No, I
The
can't do it.
officiant,
Have to kiss her
well,
eye.
her older brother, the officiant, did like read out a story of the
Ah.
adventure,
That's cool. That's cute.
and describe that we enter into we like enter and see into a tavern and see an illusion cast of a forest, and referencing the fact that we're in like a building with a forest design to the wedding. Like,
That's cool. That's like super adorable.
Yeah.
I like me a themed wedding, a good themed wedding.
oh, same. The wedding party walked down the aisle to Baldur's Gate 3's down by the river.
I don't know.
Hell
What
yeah.
That's cool though.
Ooh,
It was
nice.
crazy cool.
I'm so jealous. Why didn't you invite us? You know how much I love Baldur's Gate, even though I've
Because
never
I
beaten
would
it.
be embarrassed. 'Cause you
What?
make me look
You would
bad.
be embarrassed by me? Bitch, I would have held your hand. I would have been dressed like Karlach, first of all.
Gibbelding would have walked
I would
you
have
down
been
the
like,
aisle.
let's go dance. Yeah.
Yeah. Woo!
And then I would have gotten too drunk and like shit my pants or shit the dance floor, or, like
Just
shit
like
the cake,
pretending
or,
you're a
like, shit the
barbarian and
bathroom or
raging all the
something.
time and just
Yeah.
saying to every chance you got.
Yeah, true.
Calling everybody soldier. Soldier.
That sounds fun though. That I
Gibbelding's-
mean, it looked really cool.
I just imagine Gibbelding running around.
No more
naked. He's like, I'm
Gibbelding.
invisible. I got a potion
No.
of invisibility. Running around, no one sees me.
No,
Like, just
no more
pitter-patter feet.
Gibbelding.
hmm
Gibbelding doesn't.
Nah, we'll roll for
chills
not doing
out.
that. You gotta roll to not be drunk. No. But
How
I
about
could,
you, Dollar?
yeah, I was just like,
enough
let me.
about me. Enough about me.
Yeah, enough about your wedding that you had about you. No.
All right,
week's been-
Delarius, what about you?
It's been chill. Been doing some writing, drawing, which has been nice. Been feeling pretty inspired.
Delanus.
The latest? Delanus?
How'd you know my government name? Delanus.
Delanus, I knew it.
Yeah, damn.
A
No.
hero's name.
Trying to think what else. Oh, there's like, well, okay, so there's before I get to like
My great grandfather Dildanus was a great
Dildanus.
soldier, and I wish to follow in his footsteps.
yes,
I do.
Yes, come with me. On 'tis a
yes.
quest I seek.
That was the great union of the Dildanus and
the
Bunghole
Gibbledores.
Holius.
Dildanus and Delanus
Yes.
saga. Now I'm Delanus, and oh boy, I'm just a little wee artist, am I? Anyway, Delanus, how's your week been, dude?
This is like I said, been
Dude,
drawn.
come on, dude.
I know, dude. I'm taking fucking forever. No, this is a drawing. I've been trying to eat better because last time I went to the doctor, everything's fine, but he gave me this map. He's like, here's a quest.
It's like, you see this X here is where
Yes.
you'll find gold, and the
This is where
gold
your
will
heart
help
will
you
be.
live forever.
Yeah, because you can pay your insurance. No. It was they gave me the FOD map. I don't know if you gentlemen have heard of ye old map of the FOD. I think it's FOD map.
Not.
I think it's
No.
frogs, organs, and
Mhm.
dinosaurs, I want to say.
And dicks?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
No, it's
like a diet.
basically it's a dietary map. He was like, follow this and see if this fixes your stomach and intestinal and bowel and this quest of eating healthier, but it also pertains to not eating like the things I like the most.
Huzzah! Here, fellow dollar, I have a quest for you. Here's the quest of FOD. It pulls out scroll.
Yeah. Oh fuck! It's a fetch quest. Damn it.
Ah, fuck! It's a
Fuck me.
fetch quest. I'm sorry.
You must complete the FOD.
Yes.
French toast,
Ooh.
oranges,
I would love that.
and dill pickles.
Oh, never mind. I changed my mind of that last one.
All right, sorry, Dollar. I keep interrupting your
No,
your
that's fine.
week.
I'm gonna move on to
what's going-
the. Last thing I did is just I saw 2 movies that were both a little underwhelming, in my opinion.
Oh,
I saw Perfect Days, which I'm not saying these are bad movies. I like them a lot,
don't know that one.
but I was kind of expecting. I think my expectations were a little, maybe not too high. I don't know, just more than what I wanted. But Perfect Days, which is cool, I like it. I fucking like it was so quiet and slow, and we saw it at 9 p.m. and we almost fell asleep. Kind of like it's like, oh, I can go over it in a minute. The other one I saw was Love Lies Bleeding, which I was a little bit underwhelmed by.
No,
I'm sorry to say.
that's a movie about muscle mommies that I was really excited for.
See, and I like both of them. It's just
Okay.
they both have their problems. Or like, Perfect Days is a Tim Tenders, aka Wim Wenders movie. He's Wings of Desire, Paris, Texas. Like it's like a pretty big director. But like I said, it's a movie with like it's in Japan. There's this Japanese like park bathroom like janitor that just he like lives it's literally about his perfect days, like just
Perfect Days. Oh, okay. No, I know this one.
yeah.
It's
It's-
like supposed to be a wholesome movie about like his
Yeah.
life and enjoying
It's
the good in life and every
real
little
good.
thing and whatnot.
Yeah. It's cool. It's really good. It's just it's so quiet and so like not much happens that like, you know, seeing at 9 p.m. on a Friday when you're tired after work is like not a good idea, you know?
I feel like that's an early morning movie where
Yeah.
like you have that and a cup of coffee and then you're like, oh my god, I'm
Yeah,
ready
I
to
feel-
seize the day and like
Yeah.
and like have sex with a prostitute.
And that'll be my perfect days.
What?
Yeah.
What?
Women can be prostitutes. It's okay. It's empowering. They can be sex workers.
Y'all are looking at me like there's something wrong with me, like I have a prostitute addiction or something.
Oh, I just said prostate. My bad. I'm sorry. Wrong word.
Because we have to know the truth.
Yeah.
Dun dun dun.
Ooh, you're sitting on the chair that tells the truth.
Oh damn! I have the truth chair.
I have the yelling chair.
It makes me yell, not the chair. Just kidding. But yeah, Love Lies Bleeding, it was cool. I really liked the performances for the most part of like the characters. I mean, speaking of powerful women, Kristen Stewart and I forget the other woman's muscle,
Katie O'Brien.
Katie O'Brien. I was like, I know the character names. I remember the character. Jackie and Lou are great characters. That movie's a little bit flawed, and
Ah.
I don't know. It's funny because I watched reviews and a lot of people have similar. Like I've been seeing a consistent thing, like issue, which I'm like, okay, but it's not like terrible. It's still good. It's still fun. I still highly recommend it. Like I said, just a little flawed. Nothing bad.
I saw a Twitter image, or like a picture of someone who fell asleep jerking off in the movie theater.
Oh,
What?
whoa.
Watching
Love
that
Lies
movie.
Bleeding Jesus.
Oh my
Yeah, but like
God.
their dick is blurred out, but like there's like a table next to them, and there's like Jack Daniels and like lines
the
of
hell?
Coke and like cigarettes and like a bunch of shots.
Jesus.
Interesting.
What's it say, dude?
That is so
Ay,
ridiculous.
caramba.
I hate living.
Yeah. I just
Why?
actually
Why?
Because that exists. Simply because that exists.
True.
Yeah, we can do without internet probably. But just last point, actually, I just thought of really for those two movies. Funny enough, I'm like thinking about them. I'm like, what do they have in common or whatever? Or what's like a through line? It's funny because I feel like one of the movies that does the whole show don't tell, and the other movie does more of the tell don't show. And I'll leave it at that.
Hmm.
Let audience
Interesting.
listeners decipher if they've seen both movies, which one's which.
Gotta see them both.
Gotta
to find
see 'em
out
both.
Which one's the good one?
Yeah, which one's tell don't show, and which one's show don't tell, I guess. Two of
Oh, you know what
somewhat different.
movie I rewatched while in the hotel for the night?
Ooh.
Oh, nice. Yeah, yeah.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay, so-
still fantastic.
See, okay, so that
so
movie would be a
great.
10. That movie would be a 10 out of 10 if they didn't have like a 30-minute wedding sequence dedicated to
Ooh.
like a BC character. Like,
I think it's okay.
no, you don't.
'Cause that's
No, you
like-
don't.
Just Tales
I
of
I
don't
Mary
believe
just
you.
wasn't
Jane
You always
bothered
say
by
this.
it. No, I just wasn't bothered by it. Like
I'm
this
sorry
time
to
around. The first time it was annoying, but this time around I just was like, I don't really care that much.
because you were
I
going
think
to a
I'm,
wedding. It's relatable.
I think you're exactly. I think you're starting to. I think in the movies that you like this, you're starting to forgive all of the bad stuff just because you like the good things so much. That's what I'm noticing. That you're just like, it's okay, Madam Web.
Yeah, how dare
it's
you be
okay that none of the
optimistic.
movie
Like it,
fucking
'cause
makes
I just
sense.
like Madam Web so much. That
How dare you be optimistic for once, Gym Leader Nate? Join
yeah,
us.
how dare I
Exact-
have a little bit of
Be a
optimism.
realist. Be a realist for
Yeah, we
once.
have real.
I did see somebody make a side by side of shots from Madam Web and then shots from Spider-Man No Way Home, where like showing that like in a ton of like shots of Spider-Man No Way Home the color composition's really shitty, and then like in a bunch of spots of Madam Web they're just like, say what you want about this movie, but we have a lot of examples of this movie looking really good.
I will say, in a conversation with Lag9000, who helped me formulate the latter half of this podcast,
Oh,
the
fun.
podcast episodes game, they did bring up that say what you will about Madam Web, but it was a Sony product, and Sony makes good cameras, and first and foremost, the movie looks really good. The shots are really good. Things look really good, and as much as I hate the direction and production of the film, the actual, they got physical sets all throughout the film.
Yeah.
It looks good. It does
they
look
kind of
good.
tried. I think we talked about that with some shots too.
Well, no, they fully tried in one aspect, which was the framing and the photography and everything. But when it came to writing and acting, there was no effort there.
I think a lot of it. I don't want to get into this. It was Madam Web Part 2.
Seriously. My week has been good. I've just been I've been focusing on my health. I've been trying to run when I can.
Ew.
No, exactly. I used to, because I'm an asthmatic, I will say. I used to think that running was like this big chore, and every time I thought about doing it, I would be like, fuck that. I never want to do that again. Running is just this big chore that's just, it's never worth it. But the other day I decided, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and run. It's been like 3 years since I've done it. And, yeah, I did it, and it was a lot of fun. It was very like invigorating. It felt very freeing.
That's good.
It made me realize that it is one of those things that you're gonna hate until you just do it. Until you just do it, it's gonna be everything that, you tell yourself in your mind, which really is you could say that about everything, like, oh, dieting, saving money, this, and that. Like, until you just really do it, that's when it's easy, I guess.
Make it like
But
habitual.
at the same time, I do realize that it takes a lot to get to that point. But yeah, these last couple of weeks I've been running more. I've been exercising. I've cut a lot of sugar out of my diet. Just overall trying to make healthy choices, and I feel really good. Feel better for myself. Oh, I'm rereading Bone.
Oh, nice.
Bone is fun. It's a really good comic book that definitely inspires the one that I'm trying to write right now. But yeah, there's that. Just trying to read more. I don't think I've watched anything. Playing a lot of Magic the Gathering. Playing Magic
Ooh,
the
nice.
Gathering with friends. I feel like I've recently leveled up a couple of tiers, or like I've gotten my game up in Magic. Um, yeah, yeah. Other than that, just focusing on my health and just trying to make it through my day to day.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice.
I'm
Congrats.
excited to play Magic against you now. Honestly, it's stop pulling my punches and feel fine, feel okay playing on my strong decks over and over again. Not feeling bad about it.
Oh my god, I've been playing for like 6 months against someone who's been playing for like 16 years.
What? I want to see. What you're
What?
talking about. I need to use my good decks to see
This
your
improvement.
progress.
Yeah, it's like
Speaking
eating,
of,
like... Yeah, go on.
oh no, go on, you. For some reason, that reminded me. I think we were talking. Okay, so yeah, you brought up Sonic. So there are recent rumors that Hayden Christensen is going to be playing Shadow, Shadow the Hedgehog. I saw a headline that said that Hayden Christensen might be Silver Surfer.
Silver
Which-
Surfer.
I think I might have seen
Would
that too.
be
Funny enough,
Perfect. I think that would be perfect.
she's got
cool.
skates
I will
and
say-
a surfboard.
I mean, sure, there's that, but the fact that Silver Surfer's character is an otherworldly alien being who lost his wife because maybe his planet was destroyed, or maybe might lose his wife because their planet might be destroyed, or
So
whatever.
he's still Darth Vader.
He's still Darth Vader. Like it's perfect, like
Typecast.
cast him as the dark, monochromatic, fucking like not monochrome. What am I trying to look for? Like just
Yeah.
sullen
single-colored.
characters, like
Or like dark.
Like stoic, like
stoic
yeah,
Edgy,
mono
like,
characters. Mono,
and
the mono characters.
anti-hero-ish. Yeah.
You underestimate my power.
Spider-Man.
he's because Silver Surfer, like, I feel like I don't know, he's capable of being very intimidating because of that, because of how like little he gives you, like, you know what I mean?
Just,
He
like,
just seems
blank
like a
face
force
and,
of
like
nature.
a wall. Yeah. It's like you're
Yeah,
speaking to a wall
like
most.
He's a drone from another world who can't even comprehend, like, who can't even think about like speaking on your like mind, like simple level.
Alternatively, funny enough, I think Keanu Reeves would have been a good Silver Surfer. And it's funny because like a lot of people would critique both Keanu Reeves and Hayden Christensen and say that they're both flat wooden actors that wouldn't be able to act, or that that just can't really portray emotion.
much.
But like when it comes to
Yeah.
characters like Silver Surfer, Shadow the Hedgehog, it's like, oh, they're perfect. It's
They
like
were
that's what
made for
acting
this.
is.
Yeah.
It's like acting is just finding the role for you.
I know that others may disagree with me on this, but I really liked Hayden Christensen in Jumpers.
Oh no, I don't think anyone would disagree with you.
I haven't seen it, so I
I
couldn't say.
to this day, I think Jumpers is a slept-on movie.
That's
I have
so good.
so
No, that's
much
such a good
fun
one.
watching that movie every single time. I wish they
Surprised they haven't
continued
made a
it because
sequel.
I like the world they set up. I like Samuel L. Jackson as like the head of the organization that hunts the jumpers. Like
I
it
think
was great.
Oh, I think I do
I
remember
think
this
they
movie.
did make a sequel. I think they did
Is-
make a sequel to Jumpers.
It
I
sorry.
think
just had
it
like
was
no one in the original
Yeah.
movie in it, right?
There is
I
a
think
sequel.
I think it was about the other guy. It was about
Or
the
no.
other jumper, like
Oh
the
yeah, it was
Irish
about
dude.
Griff.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Real quick,
he's
Jumper.
the one
it
who
was
can
just like a
jump
whatever.
anything that moves.
Jumper is the one where it's like he looks at the photo and he can like teleport, right? Like to different.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did see this in theaters, like when it was new.
He discovers the ability to
I forgot he's
teleport.
in that,
He
damn.
can teleport to anywhere he's seen.
Have you
Yeah,
guys seen the movie Push?
that's the one I think I was confusing it with, which I don't think I've seen that one. I think I
I
was.
did
Chris
see
Evans,
Push.
Dakota Fanning.
I did not
Um,
like Push,
I
honestly.
loved Push. I
I
loved
that?
felt
Push
Let's
as
like
a
see
Push
it.
kid.
was trying real hard to be Jumpers, and it wasn't Jumpers.
Well, I feel like they would both exist in the same universe. Thinking of it now.
They both have
Yeah,
one's blue, one's
that makes
orange,
sense.
based on the the poster.
Okay, does anyone else have to add anything to their weeks?
No, I
No.
think I'm good. That was a long one, but it was worth it.
Yeah, it's a good week.
It's Women's History Month, or International Women's Month, or the Day of the First Women's Month. Whatever
Oh,
you
so this
may
is the
call
first
it.
one.
You know, if you. It's the first one. It's the first one, and you
Oh,
know what? If you
congrats.
never respected a woman
Nice.
in your life before, you know, now's your chance. You're listening to this podcast, and you're like, "What do I do? How do I start?" Well, just listen to three white passing folk talk about women. Just listen to our opinions on women and
Our
yeah,
wise,
just-
wise,
our wise words,
viewpoints and unique
our
lenses.
guidance, and we'll teach you. Three white passing men. We'll teach you how to navigate the world of women.
I've seen Mel Gibson's What Women Want.
I've seen Mel Gibson's Women of the Christ, or Passion of the Women.
Oh, jeez, that one.
Jesus. Nice.
I can't even imagine. Like, so many scenes start flashing through my head that I have to just not even think about it.
Oh, Master Christ! Oh, you can't take the ring, Master Christ.
Why is it Lord of the Rings?
Oh, this is the furthest I've been away from a woman.
Oh, Master Christ, if you pass that river, I'll follow you through the river, Master Christ.
Okay.
So there's still.
So what are we talking about in this episode again?
So women.
It's funny. Gym leader Nate's like, "How dare you all fucking sacrilege,
Lord of the Rings,
LOTR
it's
like
not
that."
allowed. I will not abide it. I will
Yeah,
not
there's no women in
conform
that
to
book.
this
What are you talking about? We can't talk about that right now.
heresy.
There's not a one woman in it.
It's not particularly known for its female representation.
no,
That's
definitely
for sure.
not.
God damn, that's true.
Yeah, there's like two.
No, there was
And
that hot
wives,
babe.
and that's it.
And my axe.
Yeah.
Well, we're a bunch of little silly boys, but that's because that's how it could be here at No Dumb Idea. But to be a little earnest, we're gonna talk about like the women that empower us, the women that are important to us. And I feel like honestly, like it's a hard subject to talk about because we're a bunch of like I kept joking about, we're a bunch of white passing males, and in life in general, it could be easy for us to just get by, and I think that's something that we recognize, and that's not something that we take for granted. That's something that we, actively try to I guess work against and make sure that people around us are empowered. But I thought that it would be a great example or a great opportunity for us to talk about and give examples about the women that empower us throughout our daily lives and what we do and our opportunities that we take to like lift them up and what I guess what they mean to us.
Mm-hmm.
And just to make things easier, I'll go first here.
Sure.
Just to be straight up, I don't want to just be here listing like, oh, this woman through history is amazing because they did this and they did that,
Yeah.
Frankly, if you look back through history, I don't need to say anything because it looks like all of the main changers in society and all of the people that have taken charge through things in just day-to-day life, just throughout the world, throughout history, have been women. They've been the ones that have been most empathetic. They've been the leaders. They've been the changers through the world. it would be remiss of me to just like completely dismiss that. I don't know. I could go on and I could just list people, but
Mm-hmm.
that's not the point.
Yeah.
Um, but there's a point where growing up in my life, when I was a little gibbledang, I was just surrounded by men in my life, and it made me very much like it gave me a certain point of view where growing up it was very much like I had to be tough and I had to be a badass and I had to be dismissive and this and that and it was just a very toxic kind of like a like perception on things.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't until like I got much more like women friends and women identifying friends that I learned to be more responsible, more empathetic. Just the more I learned to grow. But in general,
Mm-hmm.
it seems that like women have been just the best teachers for me. And I know that sucks too because that's not something that they should be. They shouldn't be like, that's a big like in terms of
Burden.
relationships and like boyfriend and
Mm-hmm.
girlfriend stuff. It's like no
Yeah.
woman wants to be like, oh, I want to have taught this, like, oh, I was teaching them lessons this whole time, or oh, I was doing
It's
this or
almost like
that, like I was being a
mothering.
mother.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like, which sucks because I've also had that. um but I think in the long haul it's taught me overall just how to be more empathetic and how to be more just sympathetic, and I don't know, just definitely taught me how to grow up and learn a lot more.
No,
Um,
definitely.
I think that the examples that hit home for me are like the people that the women that like have shaped my life, like my personal life,
Yeah, like more
and
direct, like directly.
yeah, and I think that's that's something I'm really grateful for. And hey, no dumb idea. We're silly. We're dumb. We have dumb ideas. It's true, but we learn. We're also capable of learning and growing. And Gibbeldang attributes that to the women in their life.
Yeah,
Nice.
I I think that's really well said. I mean, for me, it's funny because I come from a very polar opposite situation.
Mm-hmm.
I grew up with two older sisters, um, and then was a part of a combined family, and then had four total older sisters from the time I was 8 forward. Um, so between four total sisters, a stepmother, and a mother, um, I had a very strong female influences throughout my life. Um, and yeah, it was interesting because I'm from the Midwest originally, and some of
Whew.
the my parents are a little bit older because I was like the third child born. My parents were like 35 when I was born, so like
Mm-hmm.
they grew up in the 70s, um, out in the suburbs. Um, so they have more tradition. They have like more they like they originally had more traditional ideas, but they got more progressive as they aged, um, and as the world changed. But even then, it still kind of ended up where a lot of the women in my life had to help me with a lot of things, especially
Hmm.
because my dad was working so much. My dad, he'd be gone for 12 hours a day,
Mm-hmm.
um, and my sisters really were pivotal to my development as a person. Absolutely essential. Um, they still are. My sisters still teach me how to be better as an adult, how to do things. They help me in the areas that I am, blind or negligent in. And while it's not their responsibility, I make that clear because I try to do things on my own. But it is always really amazing, and that I have those women in my life who are such amazing supports, um, including like my current partner. We I feel like one of the reasons that my current relationship is going pretty well is because I also learned a lot of communication skills from the women in my life. I was,
Yeah.
there were
Oh,
we it wasn't great, it wasn't perfect,
Mhm.
not
Yeah.
everybody is a perfect communicator regardless of gender, but just that is also where I learned a lot of communication, and it has benefited me in so many ways because both expressing myself and listening to others is easier, more natural, and especially for somebody with some social deficiencies growing up, it was incredibly helpful. And
Mhm.
especially because I was an incredibly sensitive person growing up. And so having people who understood
Ooh, same.
like emotions and being sensitive like
Mhm.
helped me a lot.
and I feel it definitely helps is like, because obviously like women like they're marginalized like
Mm-hmm.
obviously men are the like the majority demographic, um and it does help to have that perspective to be like, hey, be more empathetic, listen more, like it's they do help, um
Mhm.
I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
Well, I think that's something that like yeah, my sisters were very big on is that a lot of those toxic masculine things, anytime I seem to be picking up those types of small
Yeah.
microaggressions from my friends or from the other people at school, my sisters nipped that in the bud very quick. They're very
Oh
quick to like
man,
let me know how that actually makes people feel and how there are
see,
like consequences to my actions and the things I think and the words I say. And it
and
Yeah.
was huge.
No,
and see,
that's
like I grew up with like dudes just like until I was like 21,
Mm-hmm.
and just single men to the point where I was like, man, I didn't realize how necessary that perspective is to be like, just, I don't know, to just teach empathy, to just be like, no,
yeah.
look at the other side, look at different
Mm-hmm.
perspectives like that. Like,
And the crazy thing is, even with that, even with how lucky I was to have so many female influences in my life, I still had to do a lot of work throughout my entire life because
Yeah.
of so many
No one's
things that
perfect
just are
though.
normal in the culture around
And
you.
yeah.
To like, it's like work of resistance and building like a resistant tolerance to like people basically, dangling social graces out for you if you kind of side with them in these um restrictive and very backwards views. And like in when it comes to men and socializing, that happens a lot of like just male groups you run into in every day, like in the workplace, outside, like at like a concert venue where you're trying to meet new people or anything. It's like they will they will take small parts of misogyny as like an entrance
yeah,
like fee to start talking to them or to start getting
Mhm.
integrated in the group. And like um it takes a long time to realize, to have the self-confidence and the awareness to be able to to not even be a part of those situations, and to be comfortable removing yourself and comfortable with uh hard knowing, and be
Mhm.
comfortable with kind of shutting things down and stopping those things before it starts so that people know where you stand. And I feel like that's the kind of thing that, because we don't have marginalized voices, it's like in everyday life, it becomes important to not stifle all those reactions, because it's like uh, it perpetuates the normalization of it.
Yeah. I guess I can go. Sorry, I was like, I feel like I was quiet, but I'm like, I don't want to interrupt because it's like this is earnest
You were
moment.
too quiet. It was kind of suspicious.
No,
I don't
go
know if you
ahead.
guys asking
I
me
was
like I don't know.
rambling a tidbit. So like,
Like
no
you
worries.
were
Sorry.
like for listeners at home, you couldn't
Uh-huh.
see, but like Dala kept shaking his head to what we were saying. It was
yeah,
weird,
he's like,
and he kept like
wrong,
burning.
wrong.
He was shaking his head. He was like burning papers, and like he kept punching walls and stuff. Like it was weird. Dala,
Chugging
go ahead.
monsters.
Uh-huh.
Chugging monsters.
Nice. Yeah.
Monster chugging.
What else?
I don't know.
Is that it? No, no. It's funny. It's like I feel like I'm somewhere.
All right, so moving on to the main topic.
Yeah, go ahead. No, go ahead. Go ahead. I feel like I'm somewhere in the middle between the two of you as far as like I guess my upbringing in regards to, I'm trying to think of that word. I guess like my relation. I guess yeah, my relationship with like women is funny enough. I grew up with a lot of males, but I was always like gravitating or being like close with females in my life or femmes. Yeah, like my mom, I was very close with my mom. I am still very close with my mom. I was very close with my nana who passed away, rest in peace. She was like actually like a second mother to me essentially. Yeah, and it's funny because I remember growing up, I always hung around. I mean, I hung around with like, other boys, but I also hung around with a lot. Like I felt like I got along real well with the girls at school in like elementary and like middle school and
Same.
even high school. I was like always I can go up to a woman and talk to a female or femme and talk to them and make friends quick and funny enough, not until after high school did that kind of switch to being like more. And not to say I didn't have any male friends, or mask friends, but I've definitely switched. And I think overall, it's just over time too, it's just like that. It's like a roller coaster, up and down. I'll be more mask friendly and more femme friendly, and then vice versa. And I think it just also, I think it has to relate similar to what Gym Leader Nate was saying with kind of like the societal. Because when I was where I was, it's weird because I was like growing up. I think, yeah, it's just like the people I hang around, the type of cultures I'm exposed to are different in different scenarios in my life and time. And so it's like I fluctuate and like I will be, a chameleon with whatever I'm exposed to a little bit more. Like I'm not like 100% a chameleon where I just don't have my own identity, but I can see my identity switches. And I guess just to also
totally
like,
get that.
yeah. And so I think that's common for people. It's, whoever you hang out with is who you're going to kind of be inspired by,
Yeah, especially for any individuals out there who have experience with masking.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah,
Yup.
because it's funny because like Gibbelding here, it's not something that I often say, but mainly because I don't feel like a lot of people would frankly understand or get it. But I identify as non-binary, but it's more of like, when it comes to that, it's more of in the sense where like it's like I feel masculine when I'm talking to like masculine people and feminine when I'm talking to more like feminine people. And like
nice.
a part of that is like it just like I don't know, makes me feel safe. It makes me feel safe in the groups that I'm in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
I have a similar like for me it's like with like adapting to like the groups it's like it also is so dependent for me on just like what I'm involved in at the time, because like for me like a lot of my life I was so involved in creative things and like performing arts and things like that. It's just the people I was surrounded with. I was just surrounded by many more women than I was men. Like especially being from the suburbs, like just not a lot of guys in the suburbs were willing to break that like weird thing they felt towards like masculinity to like do performing arts.
Gotcha.
And so the male populations of those people were pretty small. Even where I went to college, I went to a performing arts school, and it still had a pretty low male attendance, and and among those, it was like it was harder still to like find a friend group of other men within that realm, which is why like when I was in college, I
you'd
literally
always hang
joined a
out with-
fraternity because I already like had a whole like all of my female friends from performing arts, and I was
Gotcha.
like, I feel like I'm gonna go this entire like college experience and not have a male friend group.
Yeah, like you
And-
felt like that need.
Mm-hmm. And I got very lucky with joining a fraternity that was like a bunch of performance majors and artists
Oh.
and stuff.
Cool.
So
Shit. You know, that's funny
it
is
worked
that
out very well because I didn't join one of the ones that was super toxic and violent, and like there was like we did no hazing, we did none of that shit. We just did
But
like
it's-
fundraisers, and like it was way
Yeah.
more.
A big
positive.
part of that is like when it comes to performing, it's like because gym leader Nate and I, Gibbleding, we were both theater and well, I was a film major. You weren't a film major, weren't you?
No, I was an acting.
You were a
major.
theater?
Yeah.
Just acting. Oh, okay. Well,
Nice.
okay. Well, yeah, acting in
It
general.
was acting for
realm.
the
And just-
it was acting for the stage.
Okay.
It was a theater degree.
So not real acting. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Literally
but-
the most real of real acting, the most
Right
professional
then.
of like
No.
how
Speak
much
your
longer for this
truth. Speak your
podcast?
truth.
About 20 more minutes for me to record this piece of shit podcast.
Mm-hmm. I'm acting right now. You didn't even know.
It's so
I didn't
good,
Give a
yeah.
shit.
No, I love your acting, gym leader Nate. So that's just one thing you mentioned actually, which kind of like is gearing towards one thing I really was thinking about is you talked about kind of how there weren't that just kind of the topic of like representation, and like for your school there wasn't enough. There was like primarily females or femme dominated. And it's funny because I was thinking, and like one thing I was thinking about is like for me, a lot of my favorite characters in media are femmes. Like, and I think like, I was thinking about, I was like my favorite movie is Alien, which Ripley is the main character of that series. And I think the thing I love about like femme action hero versus Arnold Schwarzenegger. I mean, I love Arnold and Stallone or whatever, but the thing I like about the fat like is like it's okay to be like buff, but then also they have their scenes of like let me go save my cat or be crying or like it's like more human and it's more realistic, and it's something that like I feel like I'm inspired by. Even like stories, when I write stories, I almost always have like a female or femme main character, and I think it's characters like Ripley or like Sarah Connor that really, I don't know, instilled a lot to me, and like my mom and so forth. But
And
just to kind of
man, I think we need more like male characters that do that. Like, cause like frankly, like I'm a big fan of Steven Universe because they do this a lot. We need more male characters that are the leads, that are like crying in the middle of what they're doing, freaking out too. Because like the toughest guy acts the same fucking way. Like we just need more of that.
I like me a tough
in
guy,
our
but
heroes,
sometimes
There was a real missed opportunity with that when they made the adaptation of Y the Last Man, because they wanted to incorporate that exact idea, and you could tell that they wanted to show Yorick's more vulnerable side. The problem was that they leaned on it really hard, and they made him like very like aimless as a main character, and very like so hyper dependent on everyone else for like stability and mental stability, that it started becoming hard to like track like what his like priorities were, like what he really cared about. Like it just seemed very they went really overboard, and just to the point where it became jarring that he was reacting so intensely to things that other people around him weren't reacting to like at all. And it was like weird because I feel like somebody pitched the idea, and then the writer's room like did not do it justice, because in the original graphic novels, there's tons of like there are a bunch of really great moments of his vulnerability.
Oh yeah.
It's just
yeah,
they kind of just decide to throw it in everywhere, rather than focus on those specific moments
Talking about for the show or for the?
for the show.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, because
So
I didn't watch past 2 episodes. Yeah,
and
no,
they
the
weirdly
Y is such
and
a
they
good one for that. And for female character representation too. I mean, obviously.
and the show seemingly like tried it like weirdly went out of its way to make the women in the story seem incredibly cold. It felt like
That
where
sucks.
Like one-dimensional.
whereas in the original graphic
comic.
novel, the complexity of all of those characters was like a huge draw.
They all felt
So-
real. Like even when the villains, like they felt like they had. Because I remember there's parts where Yorick was, he had to hide his identity because he was like, I don't know what these
Yeah.
women are gonna do, because it's like, but they felt real because it's like, would they kidnap him? Like, because he's the last man. Like he might be the only potential for like the human race, or maybe they'll like. It's just you could tell everyone's like well fleshed out and well-rounded, and you can almost follow any character, and they have like felt like they have a storyline to follow in a sense.
Yeah, and and it's interesting in that whole story about how, they show that they make a lot of points on gender that are very they're very gray. That's like it's very much like kind of graying our ideas of what gender is and like how it plays a role in society, and the reactions to all the men being gone is like very like basically shows like all the different current prevailing ideas about men and their place in our culture, which could all be correct, or some be correct and some be incorrect, but it just represents in general just what the public currently thinks. And
I mean, it's also even like. So I was just, I feel like it presents those issues in a kind of factual way too. Because I remember like the first issue, it's like planes are falling out of the sky because whatever percent of men or pilots in the world at this time were like statistically male, and so it's like makes sense like why planes would be full,
Yeah, there was a huge shortage on doctors and stat and police. And
so
things
like
that.
Statistics even were like placed in the research and development of that series.
Yep, and then and then in the reaction to it too, there's people who form bands who try to search out, if there's any men left because they're trying to, they believe that there is some hope for humanity, and then there's also groups who take this as a sign of divine intervention. That men were ruining the planet and that humankind was ruining the planet. And there's a group called the Amazons who believe that, this is the last chance for humankind to have a golden age where the violence and the hatred of the male dominated culture is gone in one final age before humanity dies out and the earth doesn't get ruined by our progression. So it's like, it's interesting. And it shows, it shows a lot about the impact of the gender roles and the oppression of women. And it, and how that would influence the world to change when the men were gone. And yeah, it's sorry to go on so long about Why Last Man, but
no worries.
Great example of a lot of powerful, complex women.
All right. So, we talked about how how women have shaped our lives, and we wouldn't be the men that we are today if it weren't for the women in our lives, correct?
Absolutely.
But
Sure.
I mean, but at the end of the day, we're men. We're men, so we gotta figure some things out. Am I right?
Cracks beer,
Am I
does
right?
360
yeah, lights cigar, twists mustache, scratches
cracks
crotch.
beard, does crack.
sits on a chair in the garage.
Alrighty, boys. Now it's time for us to figure out the best woman of all time. Right? Am I right?
Yep, absolutely,
Boing, boing, boing,
absolutely.
boing.
All right, so the way this
Uh-huh.
is gonna work is I, Gibbeldang, have a list of 1 through 16, and basically either Dalla or Gym Leader Nate, one of them are gonna pick a number 1 through 16, and that's gonna end up in a versus, in a number versus number right here, and we'll argue and we'll see who wins that metaphorical battle. But first of all, why
These
don't we?
battles shall
Huh?
go down in herstory.
Ooh, Hearst. Yo.
Exactly.
Quick question: if one of us picks a character we don't like, do we still have to play devil's advocate for that character?
Yes.
All right, just double checking.
Am I allowed to play the devil himself?
Ooh, is the devil a woman?
No, I'm the devil.
Ah,
I'm
fuck.
Gavildang.
Devil, dang, damn.
All right, who's going first?
Everyone settle down. It
second
looks like
beer.
Dalla is representing team heads, aka the good team.
Oh, okay.
Now let's see the
We
let's
won
see
already.
the three women that lead the good team. Let's see. Oh, so it looks like Rosa Parks, Harriet Tubman,
Okay.
and Sydney Sweeney. All
Ooh,
right,
that's a battle royale
all right,
right from
that's
the
a good
get-go.
team. That's good.
Battle royale.
Ooh, and oh, ew, hiss! It looks like a purple dust is emitting from Gym Leader Nate's side of the field. And ooh, on the bad team, let's see. Oh, it's Margaret Thatcher, Hillary Clinton, and Nancy Reagan all coming out. Oh, possibly
Team
the
power.
worst.
Right?
Maybe the
You
worst
can't get
women
by
in
the
history.
Iron Lady.
I guess you did get the devil's gym leader, Nate.
Hey, you get what you ask for.
Yep.
Dark good
All right,
goddamn,
all
dead
right.
goddamn Hillary. Emails.
Open third beer.
So
Open fourth and fifth beer.
we got a list of 16 important women throughout history.
I thought that
you
was
know?
us. All right.
No, those are just
Why don't we
teams.
go ahead and start with Dalla? Dalla, you get first pick. For the first round, why don't you go ahead and pick 1 through 16, the first your first pick of one of the best women in history.
All right. 1 through 16. I'm gonna go with a number 15. That is.
Okay.
Sounds like a solid
I
number.
think all the best ones are at the last. At the end. Much like Rosa
All right,
Parks.
Gym Leader Nate.
2. I'll go the opposite. In case
Ooh.
the scaling
Oh,
is
okay.
inverted.
Yeah, maybe.
So Dalla, it looks like Dalla's representative is give me just a second. Let me
Uh-huh.
It's Ruth Bader Ginsburg versus Mother Teresa.
Ooh.
Now, go ahead and why don't you give me your argument? One's a feminist icon, the other one is a holy saint. Now, let's say if this was a like almost like a Mortal Kombat kind of fighting game. Let's say Mother Teresa has some kind of like light Raiden abilities, while Ruth Ginsburg almost has like a big large book that they could clamp and smack on the person.
make
you
some
know?
laws.
A big judge's mallet.
Judge. Yeah.
Epic
Mallet, yeah.
judge's mallet. Yes, exactly. Almost like a
Gavel.
Mr. Game & Watch.
Just throws
Yes.
gavels like yeah.
Yes, they're like Game & Watch. They could smack the gavel. They have a book. What
imagine
what are you thinking?
I imagine she's also like Noob Saibot, where she pulls like Judge Judy out of nowhere. Unless Judge Judy's on this list,
Trust
I
me,
guess.
she's
the
not
thing.
Noob Saibot.
Here's the thing.
Oh.
I feel
go on.
like Ruth Bader Ginsburg. She's a judge. In order for her to have the power, it has to be you have to be sworn in. As a part of the trial. And what do you swear on? What do people swear on?
It's definitely
sometimes?
not Mother Teresa. I won't
A
say
holy
that.
book. They swear on a holy
It-
book. They swear on the Bible.
Uh-huh.
Now, Mother Teresa doesn't need to swear on the Bible to tell the truth because she is always in contract with God. She's telling the truth already.
Oh,
she's
okay.
immune to Ruth Bader Ginsburg's judicial powers because she follows the laws of the Lord.
Your Honor, if I may, the Lord. Okay, so she
Yes?
follows one Lord. Ruth follows the real Lord of the America capitalism, and helps make some of the best law. I mean, like what she does, she makes laws and rules that actually affect us. What is God? What's he done lately, huh? He's it makes it rain sometimes. It's not even that much enough.
Well, it
Sometimes,
doesn't matter what he's done now.
Yeah.
It just matters
Oh,
what
so
you
he's a
do, and then
one-hit
when you die.
wonder.
Let's talk.
He's a
Hold
one-hit
on.
wonder. Okay.
Hold on.
But
Hold on,
and
hold
also
on.
Ruth is serving for herself and for the people, where Mother Teresa, she's serving a man. Like that's come on.
That's
Ruth is the real feminist.
that's I think that's up to interpretation. Let's not speak for Mother Teresa and say that Mother Teresa's idea of God was necessarily masculine. I think that Mother Teresa, I think she was in the field. She was, boots on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
She was out there doing everything she could.
You know, I'm gonna have to give
which
this the
one's
gym leader
pro-abortion?
Nate.
Which one's pro-abortion, might I add? Because I'm against abortion. It's like I'm no. Or sorry, which one's anti?
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I think this round is
Alright.
gonna have to go to Mother Teresa. It's gonna have to go to
Alright,
Mother
fine.
Teresa. Now, who was the first person to pick for the last round?
I picked the last round.
Yep.
All right, gym leader Nate. It's your turn to pick.
1. The power picks right at the beginning.
right.
We're learning.
I'll do 16. We're just gonna go head to head. Keep
Ooh.
that mother going.
Wait, did you say just kidding or?
What?
No, head to head. 16.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Keep that head to head
I got
going.
1 and Dallas got 16.
Yeah.
Let's go.
All right.
What are some other
All right, gym leader Nate.
Let's go.
You have
Get some.
Angela Davis, famous feminist and black civil
Activist.
rights activist.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, now, Dala, it looks like you kind of have a pair combo, almost like an ice climbers kind of like twin duo.
Oh,
you
okay.
You have Anne Frank and Helen Keller.
Okay.
2? Hold on.
You've
This
heard
is-
of these
This is
two.
not fair. What?
You've heard of these two little.
It's
It's
the
little
ice
girls.
climbers.
Not only they're women, but they're also one of they've representation of like disabilities with Helen Keller, and then the Jewish component too with Anne Frank, right? Am I saying yeah?
Sure.
And Helen, like we're on first name basis, like they're already representing like that's like 3 or 4 different categories there that they're serving, that they're representing. They really like like that's it. Really, it's just like you got 2 at max. Like these girls, they're young too, and they did a lot as little girls, like inspirational.
Not
That's my
even
case.
not even a problem.
drop.
You know what? Angela
Mhm,
Davis
mhm.
still got this. You know why? Because Angela Davis's biggest thing is her radiating ability to inspire. You know what that means? She's
Oh, yeah.
going to
I
win
can see
over
that too.
the hearts of
Mhm.
Helen, right? And she's
how?
gonna
She
win
can't
them
hear her.
over.
She can't see her.
She's
How?
she'll find
There's
a
no
way.
braille. There's
she'll
no
find a
braille
way.
for
Through the
she's
power
gonna be
of
able
community, because
to- sure.
remember,
Mhm.
you remember as a huge leader for socialist communist movements, as part of the civil rights, Angela Davis would be the first person to fight for those girls, and therefore she would be able to win them over, and she would win the fight through no contest, because they would realize they were wrong to even
Mhm.
think that they could win.
I mean, to be Anne Frank, she survived Nazis. I think she can hold her own. She can survive quite a bit. I mean,
I mean,
She-
not to be too factually accurate, she didn't survive the Nazis, quite famously.
In this scenario, she did. If she's fighting, obviously, I don't know about that.
I think
dude.
that's kind of like a big part. That's like a big deal
And
about the whole thing.
with
Yeah.
that being
She
said,
did it.
Well, she's fighting Nazis in
Tragic.
in the spirit of she's inspirational.
I
I mean, who she's got a whole museum for herself, and that's
Dala.
just for one of the girls.
Dala, I'm sorry, but I'm gonna have to give this
Give
one
it to
to
Jim
Jim
Leader
Leader
Nate,
Nate again.
Yeah.
I know. I know. All right.
2 for 2, baby.
Now,
2 for 2.
whose turn is it?
Mine. I will pick 3.
All right. You got 3, and
Jim Leader Nate, who are you picking? Or what number?
You took 3? Wow.
What?
Wow.
We just-
I see. I'm going to prove to you that was a mistake. 14.
Okay.
we'll see.
Let's see.
14 for me.
All right, Jim Leader Nate, you have Paris Hilton
That's 14. Paris
and
Hilton?
Dadala.
Okay.
Yes, Dadala, you have Katniss Everdeen.
Okay.
Wow.
So I guess to just start, which one's like more relevant nowadays? Like which one's more of an actual inspiration for people? I mean,
I couldn't tell ya.
Archery kind of has risen in popularity since Hunger Games. I mean, like there's 4, if not more, books about this and shows and movies that were inspiring others and have been expanded upon just for this one character. She survived the districts, the whatever 12, 13 districts there are, and she's like obviously like just like a female leader, an inspirational, revolutionary.
Paris
Pushes the bow.
Hilton. When you hear Paris Hilton, you know what I think when I hear Paris Hilton?
A man, probably.
Marketing, first of all, marketing genius.
Okay.
An absolute marketing genius, from the catchphrase to how she capitalized on an entire characterization of herself that was a satirization of the male view on the blonde model stereotype. Truly an absolute icon to real women, a real woman who is here to show us that women can be anything and still be empowered and empower themselves.
Yeah, and she made that sex tape. So, actually, I'm gonna have to make it. I'm gonna have to give it to Dala. I think Dala was a lot more on point with Katniss. Just she taught a generation to.
I knew 3 wasn't a
strung
mistake.
bows and
Yeah,
it was
archery
great.
raised around that time. It got more popular.
It's true.
All right.
All right,
I will
Jim
say I
Leader,
would not have
your
wanted
third.
Paris Hilton, to be fair.
It's okay.
All right. I'm picking first this time.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we're gonna switch it up. I'm going right for the middle and we're gonna go 6.
Okay.
The middle.
I will go 5. I'm gonna hug
Okay.
it hella close.
We're gonna
I'm gonna do Price is
Interesting.
Right. Price is Right rules.
Okay.
One number lower.
All right. So, Dadala, you have Ice Spice, personal favorite of mine,
Let's go. Yeah.
and Jim Leader Nate.
Mm-hmm.
You have a Karen.
The idea
Of your choice, I guess.
Or okay, I'll say you have Karen.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Would you like to go first? Or-
Pass.
Well, I guess I'll go first. I will just keep it short. Is that Ice Spice? Said it best. You ain't even the shit. Or sorry, you ain't even the fart. Karens are not.
You ain't even the shit.
You
You
ain't
the
even the
I'm the
fart.
diarrhea, babe. All right,
Yeah.
Jim Leader Nate.
Put that fart sound. Edit right here, please. Edit, please. You ain't even the fart.
Pat.
You ain't even the diarrhea.
Did you guys like the fart last time? The last episode? Yeah, you like that one?
Yeah, it was good. I forgot about it too. To be fair, so it's funny when it hit.
So, yeah, I'd like to, In good conscience, I'd like to concede this point.
What?
Am I allowed to do that?
All right, I'll take it.
I think I would
All right,
some mercy rule.
Why are Karens are necessary in our world? Because you need things to keep you on your toes. What else is going to make you feel a visceral panic of fight or flight at a coffee shop?
Remind you you're alive.
It reminds you you're alive. It gets your blood pumping. It gets you back into your body and reminds you that there are things to be scared of in this world. And angry white ladies is not one of them. And, it teaches you to laugh at the things that are hard in life when you have to deal with Karens. And it brings us all together because everyone's had to at some point. And it is such a nice unifying, bonding thing for everybody that really the Karens have done us a service. How about that? How about them apples?
Not a bad argument for pro Karens, I guess. They still ain't the shit or the fart. Just
no, you gotta do some more listening before you try to reference, man.
I mean, if you are, Ice Spice is the
man.
She is like a
your
cultural
shit
icon.
Ain't even farting.
Yeah, you ain't even the farting the shit.
True.
Your farts.
All right, so who wins?
Shit.
What's this real question? Who wins?
That's a tough one.
I made a pretty.
Yeah, no, I really am checking my notes.
Thinking of Ice Spice twerk. Think of her twerking and how she's a cultural icon that brings everyone together.
Yeah, think of the Karens twerking.
With their hair like flopping up and down.
With the bob cuts. Yeah.
I am gonna have to go with Ice Spice on this one.
So close.
Moderator bias.
You,
moderator
right,
bias.
Yeah, I mean, it was tied up. It's all tied up now. I'll pick. I'll go with 7. Let's just go down a little. It's a good lucky number usually.
I'll take 10.
Okay. So it looks like Dala, you're repping Eve, and Gym Leader Nate, you're repping Cleopatra.
Ooh.
Would you like to go first, Gym Leader?
Yeah.
Nate?
First of all, Cleopatra existed, so big ups on that. Big points in my opinion. Sorry. That was incredibly aggressive right out of the gate.
It's okay. It's a dumb idea.
Cleopatra has served as an icon for women for literal centuries. Well, she was revered as a goddess incarnate, as the physical form of Isis. She
Government, FBI, if you're hearing that.
She is known for
He's talking about the terrorist
Share
group.
and subscribe.
Oh God, I actually forgot about that. I was like so confused what you're talking about.
Yeah, they fell off.
She's
they
known
fell
for
off,
taking charge of the plan that was laid out for her life as a royal and changing it herself by any means necessary, or these sometimes gruesome means may be. But she did what she had to do to maintain her autonomy while ruling Egypt. And that is a true female icon if I've ever seen one.
Okay, so my rebuttal, I gotta say, do you all like your fashion? Do you guys like your clothes? You like your fashion? You like what you wear? No, you don't like it. There's no clothes, or you like clothes on other people.
No,
nothing.
No.
Not even Cleopatra was wearing. Fair. Well,
no, especially
Eve, what is Eve? What is the world without Eve? Like, we would not have women in general. We just wouldn't have women. Hey, we wouldn't have podcasts either, though. And it can't say
first
fuck
liar. Mm-hmm.
Couldn't say fuck in the Garden of Eden, to be fair, either, without sin.
I don't think there's proof of that.
First sinner.
And yeah, What? Being sinning is sick as fuck. What the? When's the last time you guys sang? Right now, he's sinning right now. He's sneezing. That's a sin, dude. That's it. That shit is sick.
That's why
bro.
we say God bless you. Because
Yeah,
we have
see?
to bless the sins
That's a
out.
sin.
Oh, my
Sinning
sins
is
have been
so
absolved.
cool. Clothes is sick. Fashion's cool. Eve created clothing by fucking eating that apple. Like, legit. We would not have fashion. You wouldn't have Bauhaus shirts. You wouldn't have fucking Pokemon hats or any of this, like, stuff.
Oh my god, I'm gonna sneeze again.
I rest my case.
By eating
Eve-
the apple, Eve created shame.
I don't know. I think Dala might be right.
No, by eating the apple, Eve created shame. And the shame of being naked is what led people
Made
to
clothes.
put clothes on.
Yeah.
And
She's the
shame
first.
and controlling clothing has been an uphill battle for women for years. And shaming their bodies and being ashamed of themselves and being told to cover
That's
up.
men.
Is a-
That's the problem
is-
with men.
And where did it all begin? It all began with the birth of the concept of shame in the Garden of Eden. So you're gonna tell me that this was a service for women?
No, it's a service for mankind. Eve just took a fucking thing
Ooh,
that, like, a
for
man was taking her down.
mankind. For mankind. Unfortunately, I'm gonna
humankind,
have
whatever.
to give that. I'm gonna have to
Jim
give that to
Leonard, fine.
Eve this time.
Oh,
No, to
okay.
Cleopatra. To Cleopatra.
Oh,
To
gotcha.
Cleopatra.
That's right.
Fine. All right, fucking take off your clothes then if you got no shame. You don't fucking. I want to see everyone naked.
I
walking
do have
around.
shame. It's awful. It's a burden every day.
Yeah.
All right, Gym Leader Nate.
Yeah.
The number.
Oh, number.
Your number.
Let's go with 12, please. Sporadic with it.
Okay.
Okay. What numbers do we have left? Sorry, I'm like.
We have 11, 9, 8, and 4.
I'll use 4.
And I took
10.
12.
So for number 4, Dala, you have Beyonce, Queen Bee
Oh.
herself,
I was like,
Beyonce.
Okay.
Gym Leader Nate, you have Jane Goodall.
Ooh, okay.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. Go ahead, Dollar.
Okay. I was like, I forgot if there was like an order of who goes first. I mean, Beyonce is just like probably the most important woman in modern day era. You know, banger after banger, big inspiration. Also African American, so big inspiration and like representation for that, for that demographic. Just banger of songs. Like we all know her music. All single ladies, fucking Destiny's
All the
Child.
single laders.
All the single layers.
I was literally just listening to her new country stuff today. Oh, man.
See, and you just heard her just
All
today.
the
like-
single ladies.
Also, she's like
single
one of
ladies.
the only like celebrities I feel like in these days that just really has no like problematic like issues, or she's usually well regarded and no issues with her. She's not. You know, she's still married with Jay-Z, another fucking great artist, and they have a beautiful child together and all that. And yeah, honestly, I fail to see where Beyonce is a problem. If you have a problem with Beyonce, then you must not be of Earth.
All right. Well, Jane Goodall helps monkeys. Monkeys are they're pretty great. You know? Think about monkeys right now. Think about monkeys right now. You know what I mean? Like, think about a monkey. Think about any monkey video. Right? Those are the little guys that Jane Goodall helps and takes care of. Think about
Gym Leader
monkeys
Nate,
right now.
you might be right, but Dala, I am gonna have to give it to you for this round.
Okay, I'll take it. Give me the biggest number you got left.
Okay.
Which one was
I
that?
forgot which. Yeah, I forget which one it was. Was it 14, 15?
11.
11? I thought there was one later. Never mind.
All right,
Take
give me
11.
9.
Okay.
Ooh,
Okay.
sandwiched by 10.
Mm-hmm.
All right, are you ready?
Oh yeah.
All right, Dala, you have Frida Kahlo. And Gym Leader Nate,
Okay.
you have Amelia Earhart.
All right. The spirit
Okay.
of adventure, an absolute, a beacon of bravery and courage and the willingness to go where other people had never gone before and do the things that no one else has done.
And get lost.
Serving as an inspiration to people everywhere, and that they can do whatever they can become whatever they want to become. They can overcome the barriers that are put in place by the terrible societal structures that rule our world, and they can still do the amazing things that in their heart they know they have to do.
That was it. All right. That's not bad. Not bad.
That was it. That was it. Wow.
Not bad.
Okay.
Oh, I mean, like she,
Okay.
like Gibbelding said, she got lost. I mean,
No,
you know who
no,
didn't
go
get
ahead.
lost? Frida. She didn't get lost. In fact, she was found to be a gorgeous, like an artist of gorgeous creation and inspiration, and really inspiring. I mean, much like Beyonce, it's like, who doesn't know of her work or hasn't seen her or any of her paintings? I mean, it's just gorgeous. And she's also such a like beauty, but also creative, and just she's also very smart. If I remember correctly, she actually has like she was like running the household and all that shit. If I remember correctly, like pretty well. But yeah, she's just like one of Mexico's prides and joys. You know, one of our like big fucking icons. Just yeah, I honestly don't need to say much more because she's just been such a cultural icon.
I mean, if we're talking,
And she also didn't get lost.
icons. I mean, Amelia
She also didn't get
Earhart
lost.
as well. Like she's in every history book across the entire United States.
So
Everyone knows about her. She's huge.
after close scrupulation, I'm gonna have to give it to Frida, to Dala. Dala Frida.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
Think of the painting with her with the cat and the monkey. Think of monkeys. You like monkeys? She painted one with her and a monkey and a cat.
Oh, so that works for you.
No.
It doesn't work for me. Okay.
Okay, so now we only have two choices left. I'm gonna flip a coin.
Gotcha.
Yeah, the choices are now 8 and 10. Dala, what do you choose? Heads or tails?
I'm gonna stick with old reliable and go with tails.
Okay. No,
Cracks another
actually no.
beer.
I asked.
I
That
thought
doesn't
I
count
took
because
ten.
I asked Dala. I asked Dala last time, so I'll ask Gym Leader Nate this
Oh,
time.
I'll take tails. Haha. Also,
Dang
I
it,
thought I
old
could have
reliable.
swore I'd taken 10.
Oh, okay. So yeah, what do you choose this time, Gym Leader Nate? You get 10 this time.
Cracks another beer.
I could
Gives
choose
his bottle
8
opener
or
and a
10.
can of beer.
Yeah.
Give me 8.
All right. Oh wow, what a twist! So it looks like it's gonna be Gym Leader Nate's mom versus Dala's mom. All right.
Okay.
So
This would have been better
Let's
if we got
see who's-
switched. I would have loved to see that.
Well, friggin' widowy. My mom is the best mom because, my mom knows how to make grilled cheese, and
tomato
my
soup.
mom buys me, fun gifts. When I was like a kid, she would let me put my Xbox on the kitchen table so I could plug it into the modem so I could play Halo all night on the Xbox.
Halo?
So
Ooh, Dala, what do you have to say to
what do you
that?
gotta say to that?
My mom could totally kick your mom's ass at the playground. Just kicks dirt at you. Yeah, my mom makes me a noodle
dirt.
and she calls everything a Nintendo, and she tells me to save my game whenever it's time for dinner. And so, see, I could have played Halo 2, and she told me to save your game, but I'm like playing Halo online, so I can't.
Yeah, see,
But-
my mom.
That's
my
why she
mom-
knows she's a
Okay.
good mom.
My mom would heat up
All right, everyone
chicken
settle
and veggies
down.
for me and bring them to where I'm playing Halo, and She's like,
Alright,
this
you
I
is
two-
just for
fucking
winter break,
no
but
scope
get to
you on
play
Halo, I swear.
It was for
You
I
winter
swear
two
to
break.
calm
God.
down,
It's
alright?
From school.
You
I'm
stop
gonna-
getting rowdy now. You two calm down.
My
I'm
mom
gonna go
could
and
like
tally
lift
the
10
results
cars.
here.
Way cooler.
Ooh,
My mom could pick up 10 cars and throw them
You
with the
two-
sun.
you two calm down. I keep saying calm down. You two calm
Kick
down
more dirt,
now.
kick more dirt, kick-
Kicks the back.
All right, so I've done the results, and it looks like my mom is the best. So unfortunately, you two both lose that round. So we're gonna have to forfeit that.
Ugh, damn. I bet his mom
Ringer
knows all the
every
names of every
time.
console. Yeah,
Ah.
jeez.
I bet his mom does knows other Pokemon and doesn't call them all Pikachu.
Pikachu, or yeah, she even knows Digimon are different than Pokemon and not doesn't call them
Yeah.
Pokemans.
That's a
Dang it.
cool mom.
Yeah.
Damn.
I bet he gets the cool Lunchable with like the brownie.
the brown with
with
the
the M&M
cosmic
brownie.
brownie in it.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
bet.
Man, I only ever get the cracker stackers.
With the the cheese and the like
I don't even get the
what
pizzas.
passes as ham. Yeah, I get
Actually,
the one,
usually
but
my
then
mom would just pack a granola bar and an applesauce.
ooh, that sounds kind of good though.
All
if
right,
you
let me
mix them
just figure out
together.
the next.
Yeah, I'd dip
Yeah.
it. Yeah, you know it.
Ooh, that sounds sick. I'll trade you. I got
Hell no.
Let me see what I got in my bag. Oh, you haven't seen it. I have Oreos. I swear I forgot I have Oreos. I totally have all the Oreos. And you can't have any now. You can't see them anyways.
No, now that I know this is a good snack, you can't have it.
No, that's fine. I don't want it anymore. At least I got Oreos.
Yeah.
What am I going to show you? Because you know, I don't need to show you.
I don't need to see yours.
Mom, give me Oreos. Oreos.
All right, now we move on to the lightning round. Okay, so now we have
Cracks another
Angela
beer.
Davis. Cracks another beer. Angela Davis versus Katniss Everdeen. Now, Angela Davis, I believe that one is Gym Leader Nate's, and Katniss Everdeen's is Dalla's. Now, what's your argument there?
Easy. Angela Davis is an extremely intelligent and wise woman who will be able to organize people much better than even Katniss Everdeen. Katniss Everdeen, even with all of her strengths, would not be able to actually, in the post-revolutionary phase, be able to have the knowledge of communal and socialistic, society building and support to be able to then foster a world of peace and prosperity. Done.
Back, forwards, high punch, shoots arrow at Angela Davis.
Fuck.
Ooh,
Damn.
that is a close. Ooh, any argument to that? Any counter? Any quick? You got like a 2-second flash of like a reaction time. What can you do? What can you do, Gym Leader Nate? Now's your chance.
Write a book. Write a book as a
A
shield.
book of defense.
Like holds book
A book
up
of
or
a
something.
shield. A book of defense. Damn it! Yeah. I'm sorry, but I never thought Katniss could ever be taken down. But if there was anyone to
Damn.
do it,
Yeah, fair.
I think it'd be Angela
It would
Davis.
be-
Angela Davis would be that's a
it'd
good.
be Angela Davis. Okay, so on to the next round. We have Mother Teresa, represented by
Gym leader Nate.
let me just
Mm-hmm.
Gym Leader
Think right?
Nate
Yeah, I was like, I don't think.
versus Beyonce.
I can go. I guess. Again, which one's like more socially like? I go to a kid, go to like an old person. They'll all know who Beyonce is. Go to who's mother who's Teresa? I don't know her. I rest my case.
Yeah. My point would be what impoverished, starving children are Beyonce is Beyonce taken care of personally. I feel like that.
Yeah, she's
I feel like that.
she's
I
got
feel like
some-
that. I feel like that says everything I need to say.
I mean, she's got enough money.
Wait, so is that an
she's got some
argument
foundation.
for?
Yeah. I think we all know that Beyonce isn't willing to be
Helping
the
out.
person to be down there doing the real work.
Oh, that's a hard
Teresa
one. That's a hard
Always
one.
is.
I mean, like I said, Beyonce's got the money to fund some charities. So
Yeah, but that's not her job. She's a performer.
Yeah,
Mother Teresa's whole life.
yeah, she's a performer too. She's a performer.
Wow.
Wait,
She's
so-
a performer.
so
she's
who's
an actor,
funding-
not a good actor. But...
Who's funding Mother Teresa?
Wow.
Wait, what? What would you say, Gibbelding?
Mother Teresa belongs to Gym Leader Nate, right?
Yes. Yeah.
Oy, I'm gonna have to give that to Gym Leader Nate. I'm sorry.
Let's go.
Okay, I see. White woman wins again, I guess.
Acts of charity.
Again, wait a minute. What do you think Angela Davis is?
Yeah, what?
I'm just saying that she's probably gonna be taken down later.
I'm sure. Yeah. What are you just saying, dumbass?
Just saying.
I'm just saying. Ay, caramba. Okay. All right. Next round. So we have Ice Spice, represented by Dala, versus Cleopatra, represented by Gym Leader Nate. What are we doing?
Even Ice Spice looks up to Cleopatra. Cleopatra was a symbol of strength and femininity long before female rappers, and they all wish they could be Cleopatra with how much, how much influence she had over history and culture. They wish.
I mean, Ice Spice is, again. It's just, she's actually doing things that like are very directly inspirational. She's bringing people from different cultures and generations together. You go to a kid, they love Ice Spice. You go to like a grown man or woman, and they also love Ice Spice. She's the bridge of all cultures and everyone.
I think without a doubt, this round's gonna have to go to Ice Spice. I'm sorry, but
All right. I'll take it.
Dala's right. Dala is super duper right.
Yeah. All right. Fair enough.
Yep,
You ain't even the fart.
Let me write that down.
Yeah, true. They ain't even the fart.
True, I'm not even a fart. Okay. Ooh, okay, so it's gonna look like it's gonna be Frida, represented by who
Dala.
represented
Me.
that?
Yeah.
Dala versus my mom. Let's just go ahead and say that I represent my mom.
Sure. Go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. That means I'm the judge.
So my mom is No, I'm gonna go ahead and be the judge.
Yeah, go ahead, Gilbert.
So,
you haven't had a
yeah.
chance to start, so go ahead.
It's true. I haven't had the chance to judge myself or speak out. But, my mom is the best. She's super funny. She's very empathetic. She's, she's here. She's artistic as well. She's well-rounded, and then, you got Frida.
Yeah. So actually, fun fact, listeners, Frida is actually Gilberding's grandma. So without Frida, Gilberding just doesn't, Gilberding's mom doesn't exist and Gilberding doesn't exist. So what are the odds?
That's a hard tell.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Just fun fact. Sorry, I hope I didn't dox you.
No, but you know what? As judge myself, it's a close one, but I am gonna have to say that my mom wins this.
Fair
This
enough,
round.
fair enough.
Like I said, it was close.
Yeah,
it's
it's
family.
fair. I think it's
family
fair.
versus
It's a hard
family.
one.
I think we all
Hard
agree
ones.
that it's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, on to the next round.
All right.
All right. I got this easy.
I think Gilberding's mom's got this easy.
No, let's see. No,
Yeah,
it's
let's
actually
see.
it's gonna be Angela Davis versus Mother Teresa.
Okay, I got this. All right, here we go.
Wait, am I
Angela,
Yeah.
Dala, please.
No, you can't. Sorry.
Angela Davis is
Dala,
is,
please.
a leader, a visionary.
Jesus.
Is an intellectual. She founder of the University of California, or co-founder. She is a huge force in specifically the one at Berkeley, I think. She's a huge force in the intellectual world when thinking about like revolutionary ideas. All right, jump over here. Mother Teresa was a devoted person who spent her entire life in the service of other people, and more than thinking and focusing on ideas, she focused on her direct actions and what she could do every single day. That's a very good point. Oh yes, you make a very good point as well. This will be a tough one. All right, I'm done.
No, that's not true. Okay, now it goes to okay. So Dala is gonna be, Dala is gonna be Mother Teresa. So it's gonna be Jim
I
Leader
did
Nate's
that
gonna
whole
argue
bit for
Angela
nothing.
Davis.
You did the whole bit
I
for
did-
just
Why did
nothing.
you stop me?
No.
I
We'll
did
keep it
the
in there. It's
whole-
okay. It's a good bit.
Ditto
Good
to what
bit.
Gym Leader Nate said regarding Mother Teresa. To be, Mother Teresa helped people. I don't.
Davis, Mother Teresa. You know, I am unfortunately. You know, I'm gonna have to give it to Angela Davis.
Yeah, I would. Too.
You know,
Fair enough.
you know,
Yes.
Nate. Well, Dala, you did give a compelling argument with whatever the hell you said.
You did.
But I just think Nate was just so much more
succinct.
well spoken.
Yeah, and succinct.
Yeah, more succinct. Yeah. So that's gonna go to.
That's why I was like, let me ask. Like, am I one of? God damn.
All right. Now
Who's next?
we are cutting to the next round, who is gonna be Ice Spice versus what
mom.
is it? Who does it look at?
I think it's your
That's my mom.
Yeah,
Yeah. So who has Ice Spice actually? Let's see.
I do. I guess my one
All
argument.
right, Dala Maker.
Yeah. Well, imagine if Ice Spice was your mom. That'd be cool, right?
That would be disgusting.
Why? Because she's like gross or something?
No, because then everyone would be telling me how much they want to do things to my mom.
Okay, so you don't think Ice Spice? Should be getting it?
So
You don't think Ice Spice should be getting it if she wants?
yeah, maybe if she wasn't my mom. But either way, let's cut to the argument of my mom.
Yeah.
You know,
Go
my
ahead.
mom was she's super sweet. You know, she would stay up with me when I wouldn't be able to sleep. You know, she would order me Bionicles and Legos through the through the phone service when it was super hard and annoying to do.
Ooh,
And,
old school phone service too. Not
Yeah,
not
she
smartphone
would-
stuff either.
Pick me up from work and take me to get McDonald's and go hang out. You know, like it was awesome.
Yeah.
All right, so I think it's a clear winner.
All
here.
right, now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ice
let's go and
Spice.
see.
I'm just kidding.
I guess the main thing is whether or not Ice Spice took Gibbelding to go get McDonald's when they were a kid.
I don't think
And it
so.
looks
though.
like-
I don't think so.
I wouldn't be
No.
surprised though, to be honest. You never know.
I don't
You
think
actually
she
looks like-
generally
would.
just
I don't think she would.
No,
No,
but
I
like,
think she might have been
before she was famous.
like a little bit younger than Gibbelding, unfortunately.
That doesn't mean she did.
Maybe like a year or two.
She's a responsible woman.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. You never know. I'm
Jesus.
just saying you never know.
Well, speaking of responsible women, it looks like the this round goes to Gibbelding's mom, so that's cool.
That's nice. Pulls out a box of beer, opens box of beer, drinks beer out of box.
Pulls out entire box of wine. Pulls the bag out. Starts holding it above
Slaps it.
head and slaps it, and then starts just
Nice.
chugging
Yeah,
from
baby, that's how you
it
know
like
it's real.
a wine
Yeah.
IV.
Nice.
All right.
Last round, I think, right?
So we got
I'm excited.
yeah.
Who will win? Anyone's
And you
game.
know what? In a big twist of events, a big turn, it looks like the last point of Angela Davis versus my mom. It's gonna be Gym Leader Nate and Dala on the same team versus Gibbelding. But you know what? Unfortunately, it looks like all. The judge Gibbelding croaked and is choking on a complimentary hot dog that he got at the beginning of the championship.
Oh no, that was a
And,
nice hot
is
dog.
dying. It was a good hot dog. It looked really good.
Quick.
It had all the fixings.
Punch him in the balls or whatever makes you spit up your food.
Well, he's got no balls,
Is the balls
unfortunately, and it
Chinian?
looks like he has died. And yeah,
Damn.
there's no clear winner here, so let's say it's a tie for
Best mom. Or
probably the
best-
two best
women.
women in the world would be Angela
Angela
Davis
Davis
and my mom.
And Gibbelding's mom.
Gibble mom.
Gibble mom.
Gibble mom and Angela
And
Davis.
Angela Davis. You
They're
know.
like
I
skip
think
off in the sunlight.
I
or
think
sunset.
there was no other conclusion that we could have possibly
Yeah.
come to. Really,
Oh,
this was
definitely.
inevitable.
If there was a conflict, the world would have exploded. Kind of, like if we went forward, this is to save
With that
humanity in a
choice.
sense too.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
like
yeah,
the paradox would cause a rift in time and space time, and
exactly.
we'd all get eaten alive.
Like a black hole. Yep,
Mhm.
perfect. Yep. Cracks beer
Yeah,
open from the bottom of the
um,
can, drinks it.
To bring it all back around, and to be a little more serious in our closing moments,
Sure.
I don't think any of us would be where we are or who we are if it wasn't for the women in our lives. And I don't mean that to say that like, oh, the men can't have helped us too, because that's like, no,
Mhm.
clearly, and that's not the point. The point is that women throughout history have just been given the short end of the stick and just have not been given reparations or their due, or I guess just recognition. Um, and not even just, I don't know. I feel like I could see a lot of people being like, "Oh, you guys are simps. You guys are just saying all the shit to be like, to be fucking riding on a bandwagon of like loving women." Or, like, it
Yeah,
sounds so
people are always
ridiculous
gonna
even
do
saying
that.
that, but people are
The whole
exactly,
like, oh,
But it's like-
wokeness is a curse.
exactly. It's
mob.
fucking everywhere.
Mm,
But it's like,
mhm.
no, like really, I don't think any of us would be as strong as we are or where we are if it wasn't for the women in our lives. And it's something that I think of often, and I just yeah, I guess I just want to put that out there. Uh, respect women, treat them with respect. A lot of men tend to have these certain expectations that they hold on men, but they don't hold the same expectations on women, and it's like weird and it's very hypocritical. And to, even if you guys want to watch a movie that points things out like that, like go watch Poor Things, because I think that does, and Dala would probably agree, that does a great example of pointing out like,
Mhm.
like, oh, you want me to do this, but when I do it, it's like it still pisses you off, and it's, I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm rambling at this
oxymoron,
point, but
like juxtaposition of it, of men,
but
males.
But yeah,
just
shedding the irony, it is important to just just to realize just how important it is to
Yeah.
be thankful and grateful for the important women in our lives and throughout history.
treat women with respect. We wouldn't be here. We all wouldn't be here without them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Truest status.
No matter what a woman is.
All right. Are we about to plug it up?
Yeah,
Let's
should we?
plug it.
Should we
Plug it up.
tell
Plug
people
it
where they
out.
can find us? I can go first. You can find me, Dadala me, Dala at dadala.r on Instagram. Do some art stuff there. I need to post better. I need to get better about that. So, but yeah, and then also you can follow the No Dumb Idea Instagram and stay for updates, little goofs and gaffs. I've been trying to add little memes here and there, like post on the story whenever I find something that's seems topical and fun, like funny to share or something newsworthy, I guess. Yeah, and just follow us wherever you can. Like, share, subscribe wherever you can. Yeah, those are where you can find me in the show and the others. Where can they find you guys?
Nice. Well, I am Gym Leader Nate on everything. Instagram, Zitter, whatever you want to find me on. I am Gym Leader Nate. Real easy and simple if you want to
Simple.
see what I'm up to. So yeah. Thanks for listening.
And you know what? Hug your moms. Give your moms a big hug, and tell them you love them. And appreciate the women in your life. And I don't know, just be open-minded. Don't just think that men are right all the time just because history says so. Like, That's the main thing. History is like it's always being rewritten, and it's always being like attuned to the way that like men are and the way that men think, and it's frustrating and it's annoying. But be open-minded, because, if you're listening to this and you're in the present and you're open-minded, just, I don't know, be open-minded. No, but for plugs, yeah, it's Gibbeldang. Just go and follow me at Gibbeldang. You know what? I haven't been posting much on my Instagram. Maybe some memes here and there, but yeah. Other than that, it's been a good ride. Yeehaw!
Happy International Women's Day. Woo!
Happy International Women's Month.
Or month. Yeah, I forget. I'm on. It's updates. I gotta get updated.
But just this month, and after this, we talk about Godzilla.
Only.
Ooh.
No,